Welcome to Easy Math TV. If you're just encountering this for the first time, I'm doing a series of videos. My entire channel is devoted to how to learn math, how to teach math, and how to learn math using a spreadsheet software, just using your spreadsheets. So if you want to check out some of my other videos, you will find I've got several playlists. And basically, right now, we're focusing on business math and applied math with business applications. So we are on the time value of money, solving problems in simple interest. This is the third video of just a short series of 3 videos in which we were solving some word problems on this particular sheet that you see in front of you. So if you want to see how I created this sheet, what's going on here, check out the previous 2 videos to this one. We have it set up so that we have quantities that we are given in the first several columns, and then in the last column, especially column E, that is the quantity that we are solving for. So the 2 problems that we're going to be looking at today involve a problem where we're solving for time and a problem where we're solving for the interest rate R. So we haven't done those yet. So those are going to exist down here in rows 12 and 13, and then in rows 15 and 16. Okay. So you can see what the question might look like. The first question that we're going to tackle is how much time is needed for $100 to grow to $110 at 2% simple interest. So what we are given the interest rate is 2%. We are given the principal is $100. That's the amount that we deposited. And then we want that to grow up to $110. So that's our future value A. Future value A is 110. Present value P is 100. And the interest rate is 2%. So we also need to start with the amount of interest. So that's just a simple calculation. The amount of interest is equals B13 minus C13 in this case, or equals the future value minus the present value. Make sure that you're subtracting in the correct order. We want to make sure that the amount of interest is a positive number. Okay, so your spreadsheet at this point should look like this one, where we have a 2% under R, capital A of 110, capital P of 100, and a capital I of 10. Now we're going to solve for time. In solving for time, we use the formula equals interest, capital I, divided by principal times rate. On our spreadsheet, that means it's equal to the quantity in D13. So I'm using cell references now. So time equals D13 divided by parenthesis C13 times A13, close parenthesis. Again, in my spreadsheet, the cell references that we need for interest, principal, and rate are given as you see them here. So time is equal to D13 divided by parentheses C13 times A13. And don't forget to put parentheses around the C13 times A13. So if you typed in the problem correctly, you should get an answer of 5 years for the time. And I'm going to go ahead and show that. So our answer is 5 years. It takes 5 years for $100 to grow up to $110 when the interest rate is 2% simple interest. Okay, last question. What is the simple interest rate on a revolving credit account, so this is a monthly account, and the monthly balance is $502, so we can assume that the principal is $502, and the amount of interest charged on that balance is $11 each month for a period of 12 months. So what is the simple interest rate? So that right there gives us a clue. When it says what is the simple interest rate, we know that we are solving for R. So that brings us down to these last two rows where we are solving for R. Let's look at each of these things that we need to put in as the quantities that we know. So the quantities known is that time is 1 year because 12 months is 1 year. The amount of interest charged, this is important now because it's not just $11, it's equal to $11 times 12 months because every month we're getting charged $11 and we're looking at an entire year's worth. So for an entire year, that would amount to $11 times 12 or $132. So we're paying interest on this revolving credit account every month. And it doesn't seem like a lot every month, but when you multiply by 12 months, you're paying $132 interest on a balance of $502. So that's under capital P. Capital A then is equal to P plus I, so that's equal to C16 plus D16. So at this point, if you were to pay off the entire amount, if you were to pay off the entire balance at the end of a year, you have paid a total of $502 plus the $132 of interest that you were charged for an entire year. So instead of paying $502 for something, you've paid a total of $634 for that thing, whatever that thing was. So let's calculate the interest rate. The interest rate is equal to, again, it's going to be a division problem, just like time was. It's equal to D16, which is our interest, the amount of interest we paid, divided by principal times time. So equals D16 divided by A16 times C16 in this case. I've been pretty consistent in putting the principal in column C. So you can see that if your columns are set up the way mine are, it's equal to interest, which is in D, column D, divided by principal times time, which are in columns A and C. And don't forget to put parentheses around the time times the principal. So our annual interest rate is pretty high there. It's 26.29%. And I mean, to put that into perspective, imagine that you were paying rent and your landlord came to you and said, "Oh, I'm going to increase your rent by 26.29% this year." That would be a huge blow. You'd have to move out and find something else, or possibly find a lawyer at that point. So that's the answer to the question. What was the simple interest rate? 26.29%. Notice that I actually formatted it as a percentage. I went to the number format menu and I formatted it as a percentage so that I would see it as a percentage. Okay. Like, subscribe, comment down below, share these videos with other people. If you're finding them helpful, especially, just lots of people are taking business math and lots of people need to know how to use a spreadsheet as a calculator or need to be able to calculate these things without using online tools, especially. So anyway, I'll see you in the next video.